In this video, I'm gonna break down a photo and talk about the entire vision behind it. How I see the light, how I see the composition opportunities, and how I see all the secondary elements that put a photo together. But before we dive into it, I wanted to take a moment to thank today's video sponsor, Squarespace. I've been using Squarespace for over 10 years. Their templates and easy to use interface make it incredibly simple to create and maintain a professional looking website without any coding experience necessary. My Squarespace website was an essential part of how I built my photography business. It allowed me to showcase my portfolio, to share recent work on my blog, and ultimately receive inquiries from potential clients through my contact form. If you're one of those photographers relying on your Instagram profile as the sole place to share your work and build your photography business, I would really consider making a website on Squarespace. You can visit squarespace.com/Reggie Ballesteros to start a free trial and get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. So we're gonna break down this night street scene that was taken in Chinatown in San Francisco. As I was walking down one of the streets, I noticed that there was a kind of like shop that had overhead lights and that there were passerbys walking through. And if I timed it right, I could catch those people walking through the light, which created sort of a frame of light with everything surrounded with darkness. Here is the frame right here, and it is going to be the focal point of this particular image. Knowing this, I wanted to line up the frame on the left third of the image and also position myself in a certain angle where I had something else on the right third, which is where these brighter signs here is going to be lined up on the right third. So now that we have all these going, it comes down to finessing the image and figuring out different elements that can balance it out. So I positioned myself also a little bit closer to this left-hand wall, which had windows on it, and that was going to be reflecting some of the light coming off of the right, which adds a little bit of interest to the left side of the frame. And getting a little bit lower helped me to create a leading line type of effect, which is kind of built with the lines of the building as well as like the awnings and even the street lines right here. So they're all going to create leading lines that lead all the way to that main subject, the focal point of the image, which is those people who are walking underneath that light. And when you're exposing a type of image like this, you don't really need to raise the shadows up to see everything. You actually want to keep the shadows dark to keep that night effect. I was shooting at 1/80th of a second, and I stopped down to f2.8 in order to create a little bit of depth. Even though it was a dark scene, I didn't need to open up all the way to 1.4. I shot it at ISO 2000, which is, you know, a middle of the range ISO. And if you're taking care to expose the brighter parts where you need them to, you don't need to bring it up in post and create more noise. And I'm shooting with a 33mm f1.4 Fujifilm lens, which is equivalent of a 50mm focal length. So all of this together shot on the Fujifilm X-T5. And then I also had a Cinebloom 10% filter on the lens, which creates this bloom effect that you can see right here where the lights kind of have like a hazy look to them. I do think that while some people intuitively feel what is a good photo, for me, I like to understand why I'm taking a photo, break it down after the fact into these elements. And after doing photography for over 13 years, 10 years as a professional wedding photographer, I've been able to build up the skills to actually look at a scene and see all these things in real time. And I'm hoping by breaking down a photo like this, I can help you to start to understand how to see your photography in this manner. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also leave a comment down below saying you want to see more photo breakdowns. My name is Reggie Ballesteros. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.